Hello guys, welcome to V Academy. In this class, I will explain how to deal with stability order of carbocation and carbanion with classic examples. After watching this video, you guys will be able to solve any question regarding to carbocation stability and carbanion stability with 100% accuracy. So that guys, please watch this video completely so that you guys are able to apply concept with more accuracy. In JEE examination, I don't think time is the biggest issue, but you guys have to focus on accuracy case. So JEE examination, you guys have enough time to solve the question. So the part 1 of this video, we are going to discuss about stability order of carbocation. There will be one more part of this video in which we are going to discuss about stability order of carbanions. The basic idea of the stability order is we have to identify the factors which are affecting the stability order of carbocation and carbanion. In GOC, there are 4 major factors are involved to explain the stability order of carbocation and carbanion. The first major factor will be aromaticity. The second major factor will be resonance. And third major factor will be hyperconjugation. And fourth major factor will be inductive effect. These 4 factors will go into explain the stability order of carbocation and carbanion. Okay, so let's start with stability order of carbocation. And the first major factor is aromaticity. We will discuss each and every factor in details. The first factor is aromaticity. So in aromaticity, we have to discuss about whether you were given positive charge involved in aromatic ring current, or is involved in anti-aromatic ring current. Very important point. Anti-aromatic ring current. If suppose the given positive charge, that means given carbocation, is involved in aromatic ring current, we can say that carbocation is stable carbocation. If suppose your given carbocation is involved in anti-aromatic ring current, then we can say it is unstable carbocation. Say unstable or less stable, you can say it's less stable. Say less stable carbocation. Now problem is how to identify whether carbocation is involved in aromatic ring current or involved in anti-aromatic ring current. To identify that, we are supposed to have brief idea about Haeckel theory. Haeckel theory of aromatic compounds. Okay. So the first part I am going to explain to you what is Haeckel theory and how Haeckel theory will going to help to identify the stability order of carbocations. Let's start guys. Let's see guys Haeckel theory and how Haeckel theory will explain the stability order of carbocation. The step 1 of the Haeckel theory is ring current. You guys should know how whether compound contains ring current or not. Okay, to identify that, so there is a simple trick is there guys. If suppose your cyclic compound contains at least one sp3 carbon other than carbanion. If cyclic compound contains at least one sp3 carbon other than carbanion, then you can say there will be no ring current. So according to Haeckel theory, whether the compound is aromatic or anti-aromatic, it must contain cyclic ring current. Let me explain this point with example guys. For example, consider benzene ring guys. We will discuss whether benzene ring contains cyclic ring current or not. Rule says that a cyclic compound contains at least one sp3 carbon other than carbanion, then there will be no ring current. If compound contains no ring current means it is neither aromatic nor anti-aromatic. Okay. Chalo. The first point you can see, this carbon is sp2 carbon, Second carbon is sp2 because double bonded carbon is always sp2. Here also sp2, 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 sp2. You can see all 6 carbons of benzene are sp2. There is no sp3 carbon. There is no sp3 carbon. So you can say benzene ring contains ring current. Ring current. Okay, the first step is clear. Okay, we guys should identify whether compound contains ring current or not. We will discuss one more example. You can see this one. Okay, positive charge means again carbocation present, so sp2 hybridization. Double bond carbon also sp2, double bond carbon sp2. This is also sp2, sp2. You can see each carbon belongs to sp2 hybridization. So you can say again this compound contains ring current. First step of Haskell theory, you guys should identify whether compound contains ring current or not. Okay, we discuss 2 more examples so that we guys have complete idea about what is meant by ring current. Now you can see in this case negative charge is there. I said that as carbon ion is there, is hybrid sp3 hybridization, right? Carbon ion is there, so hybridization sp3 hybridization. So you can identify that, right, by using formula number of sigma bonds plus number of lone pairs. Number of lone pairs. This is a formula for hybridization. Okay, so we know that carbon ion is sp3 hybridization. So double bonded carbon always sp2. Here also sp2, sp2, sp2. Rule says that compound contains at least one sp3 carbon other than carbon ion. This is sp3 but it belongs to carbon ion, so no need to worry about it. It is also going to involve in resonance. Okay, so as a result you can see this compound also contains ring current. Ring current. Consider one more example. In this case you can see this is double bonded carbon sp2, double bonded carbon sp2, double bonded carbon sp2, double bonded carbon sp2, but this carbon you can see is neither contains positive charge nor contains negative charge. Is simple saturated carbon. Simple saturated carbon, that means it belongs to sp3. Rule says that if compound contains at least one sp3 carbon, you can clearly see this carbon is sp3 carbon. If at least one sp3 carbon is present other than carbon ion, means there is no ring current. Here there is no ring current. Once you guys able to identify that compound contains no ring current, means it's neither aromatic nor anti-aromatic. That means this is neither aromatic nor anti-aromatic. So according to Haskell theory, first you guys able to identify whether compound contains ring current or not. Okay, very simple. If cyclic compound contains at least one sp3 carbon other than carbon ion, means there is no ring current. Okay, there is no ring current means it's neither aromatic nor anti-aromatic. Okay, that's it guys. Now discuss step number 2 of Haskell theory. You guys identify how many pi electrons are involved in cyclic ring current. Once cyclic ring current is present, then you have to identify how many pi electrons are involved in the cyclic ring current. And based upon that, we are going to divide into two more categories. One is aromatic category, other one is anti-aromatic category. We will discuss step 2 of Haskell theory. So step 1 is all about ring current. Step 2 is all about you have to count number of pi electrons. Number of pi electrons involved in ring current. Okay, first step is all about ring current. Second step is all about you have to find out number of pi electrons involved in ring current. Okay, for that, if suppose there is a one double bond involved in ring current, means you have to count 2 pi electrons. If there is a lone pair involved, if lone pair is involved in ring current, you can count again 2 pi electrons. Negative charge involved in ring current, again you can count 2 pi electrons. If positive charge involved in ring current, you can count 0 pi electrons. Remember guys, the lone pair of sp3 atom will always involve in ring current. sp2 and sp atom lone pair won't involve in ring current in generally. Okay, so we'll discuss what does it mean. Okay, for example, consider benzene system, guys. So in benzene system, we identify whether how many pi electrons are involved in the cyclic resonance. Okay, I said that if double bond is there, you have to count 2 pi electrons. Okay, so double bond is there, again 2 pi electrons. Here also double bond is there, 2 pi electrons. 3 double bonds, again third double bond also involved, again it contains 2 pi electrons. Total how many pi electrons are there? Count 2 plus 2 plus 2. Then you can see 6 pi electrons are involved in the ring current. Okay, again do one more example. You suppose you have a compound like this. Okay, so negative charge is there, again you have to count 2 pi electrons. Double bond is there, 2 pi electrons. This double bond is there, again 2 pi electrons. Total 2 plus 2 plus 2, again 6 pi electrons. Okay, so according to Huckel theory, if ring current is present and if compound contains 4n plus 2 pi electrons, 4n plus 2 pi electrons, compound contains 4n plus 2 pi electrons involved in ring current, then you can say such a compounds are called aromatic. Compounds. Okay, for example, put n value 0. Okay, for n value 0 you are going to get 2 pi electrons. For n value 1 you are going to get 6 pi electrons. For n value 3 you are going, for n value 2, yeah. For n value 1 you are going to get 6 pi electrons. For n value 2 you are going to get 10 pi electrons. For n value 3 you are going to get 14 pi electrons. Okay, etc. You can keep going, etc. Any one of these pi electron system is present, and first step is for must. If compound contains cyclic ring current as well as any one of these pi electron system is present in that compound, then such a compound is known as aromatic compound. You can see in benzene there is a ring current is there as well as it contains 6 pi electrons. That means 6 pi electrons means it's involved in 4n plus 2 pi electron system. Okay, so once these two conditions are satisfied, such a compounds are known as aromatic compounds. Okay, for example, consider one more example. In this case, I am going to take something like this, compound like this. Okay, the positive charge is there, so it's going to contribute 0 pi electrons. Double bond is there, 2 pi electrons. Double bond is there, 2 pi electrons. So overall will be 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 0, that is equal to 4. Okay, so according to Huckel theory, if compound contains cyclic ring current, if there is 4n pi electrons. Okay, according to Huckel theory, if compound contains ring current as well as 4n pi electrons involved in ring current, then we can say such a compounds are known as anti-aromatic compounds. Anti-aromatic compounds. Okay, very simple guys. If compound contains ring current, it belongs to 4n plus 2 pi electron system, then it is called aromatic compound. If compound contains ring current as well as it contains 4n pi electron system, that means put n value 1 you are going to get 4, n value 2 you are going to get 8, n value 3 12, 16, something like this. Okay, that means if compound contains ring current as well as any one of these pi electrons are involved, in the cyclic ring current, then you can say it is anti-aromatic compound. If compound contains ring current as well as it contains 4n plus 2 pi electrons, then you can say it is anti-aromatic compound. Okay, let's study how this aromaticity will going to address the stability of carbocations. Okay, so let's analyze option A, guys. So first step is you guys have to identify whether carbocation involved in aromatic ring current or anti-aromatic ring current. So try to follow Huckel theory. Okay, first step you guys have to identify whether compound contains ring current or not. Okay, let's see. Positive charge is there, sp2 hybridization, double bond is there, sp2, double bond carbon sp2, double bond carbon sp2, double bond carbon sp2. Clearly there is no sp3 carbon involved in the cyclic compound. So clearly you can say it contains ring current. It contains ring current, right? First condition is okay. Second, I said you have to count number of pi electrons involved. Positive charge will going to contribute 0 pi electrons. Double bond will going to contribute 2 pi electrons. But there are two double bonds are there. So 2 into 2. Total will going to give 0 plus 4. That will going to give 4 pi electrons. Okay, that means this compound contains ring current as well as it belongs to 4n pi electron system. 4n pi electron system which are involved in the ring current. Okay, clearly you can see this is anti-aromatic compound. This is anti-aromatic compound. So it means if a positive charge involved in aromatic ring current, sorry, anti-aromatic ring current, anti-aromatic ring current. I said that if compound positive charge is involved in anti-aromatic ring current, means it is least stable, It is least stable. Very important point. Okay, let's discuss option number, second option. Again carbocation. First step again, you guys identify whether compound contains ring current or not. Positive charge is there, so sp2 hybridization, double bond is there, sp2 carbon. Okay, clearly there is no sp3 carbon involved, so clearly first step is okay, it contains ring current. Second condition, you have to count number of pi electrons involved in ring current. Positive charge is there, again it will going to contribute 0 pi electrons. One double bond is there, it is going to contribute 2 pi electrons. Total will be 2 pi electrons. Again I said that if compound contains 2 pi electrons, 6 pi electrons, 10 pi electrons, 14 and 18 and 22, any one of these pi electron system means it belongs to 4n plus 2 pi electron system. 4n plus 2 pi electron system. That means the given compound is aromatic. Okay, that means the positive charge involved in aromatic ring current. Positive charge involved in aromatic ring current. So I said that aromatic positives involved in aromatic ring current means it is more stable. Among these three, option B will be more stable. Let's discuss option C. So in option C, clearly you can see, okay, carbocation is there, again sp2, double bond is there, sp2, double bond is there, sp2, but this carbon belongs to sp3 carbon. Okay, it contains neither negative charge nor positive charge. Again, if suppose the compound contains sp3 carbon, at least one sp3 carbon, means there will be no ring current. No ring current means, according to Haeckel theory, is neither aromatic nor anti-aromatic. Such a compounds are known as non-aromatic compounds. If compound is neither aromatic nor anti-aromatic, such a compounds are known as non-aromatic compounds. Okay, now stability order of non-aromatic compounds lies between aromatic compounds and anti-aromatic compounds. That means aromatic compounds are more stable. Than non-aromatic. Then finally is anti-aromatic. This is stability order. Anti-aromatic. This will be our stability order. Okay. So aromatic compound is more stable means option B is option B. The positive charge is involved in aromatic ring current. That means that will be more stable. Option C is non-aromatic. That means C is more stable than A, because A is anti-aromatic compound. That means A, positive charge is involved in anti-aromatic ring current. So final answer will be B is greater than C is greater than A. Okay. The second factor will be resonance factor. We will discuss. See factor number 2, guys. If suppose you have a positive charge, that means carbocation neither involved in aromatic ring current nor involved in anti-aromatic ring current, then you guys should look for resonance. That means whether the given positive charge is stabilized by resonance or not. That what you have to figure it out. Okay, let's see guys how to identify whether given positive charge is involved in resonance or not. Very simple guys. For example, if a positive charge, that means carbocation, okay, if carbocation is directly connected to double bond, okay, directly connected to carbon carbon double bond, or atom with lone pair, or atom with negative charge, then you can say the carbocation involved in resonance. Let me explain with detailed examples guys. For example, consider carbocation which is directly connected to carbon carbon double bond. As we know that in resonance the delocalization of pi electrons will go into involve. As a result, double bond will go into shift between 1 and 2 atoms, and positive charge will go into move to third atom. Okay, the charge distribution takes place and positive charge is distributed between first atom and third atom, so the stability will go into increase. Okay, if suppose the second, let's discuss second possibility. If suppose the positive charge is connected to atom with lone pair of electrons, again you see this lone pair of electrons will go into involve in resonance with positive charge. As a result you are going to get stable resonance structure. Why it is stable means, in carbocation case, this is carbocation is electron deficient. Carbocation is electron deficient, but in this case you can see each atom contains complete octet. So octet completed means they used to be stable. Okay, so that means here you can see the oxygen atom donating its lone pair of electrons. Such atoms are called plus M groups. Any atom which contain lone pair of electrons and they are available to donate, okay, such a groups are called plus M groups. There are so many plus M groups are involved in resonance. You can say it's OH group or alkoxy group, OR group, NH group, NH2 group, and R2 group, okay, or you can see SH group, or any chlorine, bromine, iodine. Important factor is this all compound contains lone pair of electrons, so they are ready to give to carbocation. But even though fluorine has lone pair of electron, it always behaves as minus I group. Fluorine never going to show plus M effect. In case of fluorine, we always consider even this contains lone pair of electrons, it is so electronegative, so it's able to pull electron density, not able to donate electrons. Okay, so it's very electronegative. That's the reason it always show minus I effect, never going to show plus M effect. Okay, we discuss what is meant by minus I effect. For here you can see oxygen donating lone pair of electrons. Such groups are known as plus M groups. There are few groups which are able to pull electron density. Okay, groups withdraw electrons are known as minus M groups. So there are few minus M groups, that is NO2 group. There are few minus M groups. There are NO2 group and cyanide group and carbonyl group. Okay, these are strong minus M groups. Okay, so you can see in this case oxygen donating lone pair of electrons. As a result, the carbocation stability is increasing. Okay, because it getting octet. So that means the plus M groups will go into increase stability of carbocation. stability of carbocation, and minus M groups will be able to remove electron density, withdraw electrons from the carbocation. So as a result, the positive charge on carbocation will going to increase. That means minus M group will going to destabilize carbocation. Destabilize carbocation. That's the final conclusion in the resonance. So in resonance, guys, first you have to look for whether carbocation involved in resonance or not. If carbocation involved in resonance, then you have to look for how many resonance structures are possible. More resonance structures means more will be the stability. Then you have to look for whether it contains its carbocation directly connected to plus M group or minus M group. If carbocation directly connected to plus M group, it is more stable. If carbocation directly connected to minus M group, it is less stable. Okay, yes, let's see this question, guys. Try to apply the concept of resonance to explain the stability of carbocation. Let's try to analyze option A, guys. In case of option A, you can see the carbocation is connected to double bond directly. Either side is connected to double bond. So it may involve, so resonance is possible from the either sides. So clearly you can see from this side we are going to give resonance structure something like this. Delocalizates pi electrons. If electron shifted from this end, again you could going to give one more resonance form. So as a result, you are going to get two more resonance. This is one resonance. This is second resonance structure. So there are two resonance, extra resonance structures possible. So let's analyze option B, guys. In option B, you can see the carbocation is directly connected to double bond, but this time is connected to only one double bond. So there will be only one extra resonance structure. So as a result, double bond will going to delocalize. We're going to get carbocation here. Okay. Let's see option C, guys. So option C and option A both contains three resonance forms. This one, you suppose it donates oxygen lone pair of electrons. You are going to get something like this. As a result, if it donates pi bond electrons, if delocalization of pi electrons takes place, as a result you are going to get something like this. So in either cases carbocation getting stability. Okay, so you can see, guys, in option A and option C both contains extra two resonance forms. Here also you are going to get two resonance forms extra. Option C also you are going to get two resonance forms extra. But in case of option C, clearly you can see this resonance form will going to give complete octet. That means each atom contains 8 electrons. Okay, I said that if suppose atom contains or molecule, each atom of the molecule contains octet, means it is most stable one. By delocalization of lone pair, the carbocation stability will going to increase. Why? Because octet completed. Why? Because octet is completed. That means option C is more stable. Why? Because it contains octet, at least in one resonance form. In between option A and option B, option A contains two resonance forms, but option B contains only one resonance form. Option B contains only one resonance form. You can see here, it contains only one resonance form, extra resonance form. That means between A and B, you can choose A because it contains two resonance forms. Then B. So answer will be CAB. Answer will be C is greater than A is greater than B. Between A and C, C will be the most stable because in case of C, one resonance form will going to get complete octet. Okay. As a result, C will be the more stable one as compared to A. Okay. Between A and B, A will be the most stable one because it's stabilized by two extra resonance structures as compared to B contains only one extra resonance structure. Okay. Let's discuss one more example, guys. So option A, you can see carbocation is directly connected to double bonds, undergoes resonance. As a result, you are going to get something like this. Okay. But in case of option C, you can see this NO2 group is there. As I said, NO2 group is a minus M group. We know that plus M groups will going to increase carbocation stability. Increase carbocation stability, and minus M groups will going to decrease carbocation stability. Okay, you can see NO2 group is a minus M group. Let's see whether it's going to decrease or increase carbocation stability. Okay, I said that if NO2 group or any minus M group or plus M group supposed to be directly connected, you can see it is directly connected to double bond. Okay, so let me explain in detail, guys. Carbocation, here we go NO2. Okay, it undergoes resonance. As a result, you are going to get something like this. In both resonance form, the NO2 group is directly connected to double bond only. Double bond only. That means to show minus M effect on the carbocation, the NO2 group must directly connected to carbocation. But in both cases, the NO2 group is directly connected to double bond. Okay, that means in fact NO2 group is there, but it won't show minus M effect. It won't show minus because it's not directly connected to carbocation. Okay, so it won't affect as a minus M group to analyze the stability of carbocation. So instead of that, NO2 group can behave as a minus A group. Okay, so let's discuss option number C. In option C again you can see the NO2 group is not directly connected, but this is a little bit different case. Again resonance. The second resonance form you can see here NO2 group is directly connected to carbocation. That means here NO2 group behaves as minus M group. As I said, minus M groups will going to decrease stability. Minus M group will go and decrease stability. Here also minus I groups also decrease stability, but not as much as minus M groups. So you have to give priority to minus M group. Minus M group will go into more destabilized carbocation as compared to minus I group. That means in case of option A, there is no destability factor. No destability factor. Both option B and option C contains destability factors, but option C contains strong minus M group. Strong minus M group, it will go into destabilize a lot as compared to option B. That means stability order will be A will be the most stable, then B, then C. Between B and C, B is most stable. Even though it contains NO2 group, the NO2 group is not directly connected to carbocation. Directly connected to carbocation. It's very important case. In option C you can see this resonance form is directly connected to carbocation. As a result, the stability of carbocation will go into decrease. Okay, so in option B the either resonance forms are not directly connected to minus M group, so as a result the stability is much better as compared to option C. Very important point case. Okay, please note this point. Let's discuss the third major factor is hyperconjugation. Let's discuss, guys. In hyperconjugation you guys have to look for number of alpha hydrogens. Number of alpha hydrogens. As we know, the carbocation is sp2 carbon. Okay, the carbon next to sp2 carbon, the carbon next to sp2 carbon is called alpha carbon. Alpha carbon. The hydrogens on alpha carbon are known as alpha hydrogens. Alpha hydrogens. So more alpha hydrogens, more will be the hyperconjugation. So you have to count number of alpha hydrogens involved. So let me explain with classic example again. For example, consider carbocations. Okay, so we discuss which are the following carbocation is most stable, which are the carbocation is less stable. Okay, and based upon hyperconjugation, so we will analyze each and every option. So first analyze option A. You can see there are 3 alpha carbons are there. 1, 2, 3. Okay, each one is methyl group, means this methyl group contains 3 alpha hydrogens. Here also it contains 3 alpha hydrogens. This also contains 3 alpha hydrogens. Total you can count, it contains 9 alpha hydrogens. So option A contains 9 alpha hydrogens, means it contains 9 hyperconjugations. Hyperconjugation. Hyperconjugation says that if alpha hydrogen is there, it will go into involve in resonance with sp2 carbon, something like this. Result, you are going to get complete octet carbocation. Okay, something like this. That's the reason hyperconjugation will go into stabilize carbocation. More hyperconjugations means more will be the stability of carbocation. So in option A, you are going to get 9 hyperconjugations. In option B, you can see this hydrogen is there, but this hydrogen is not directly connected. It's not alpha hydrogen. It's directly connected to carbocation. So we no need to worry about it. So we have to worry about hydrogens of alpha carbon. You can see this is alpha carbon. It contains 2 hydrogens. Here it contains 3 hydrogens. That means option B contains, so 3 plus 2, total 5 alpha hydrogens means 5 hyperconjugations. 5 hyperconjugations. So option A contains 9 hyperconjugations, option B contains 5 hyperconjugation. So between option A and option B, option A is more stable. Okay. So in between option B and option C, you can see again this hydrogen is directly connected to carbocation. We don't need to worry about it. But this carbon contains, alpha carbon contains 3 hydrogens here. Again this alpha carbon contains 3 hydrogens. Overall, option C contains 6 alpha, 3 plus 3, 6 alpha hydrogens. That means 6 hyperconjugations. 6 hyperconjugations. Okay, so between option B and option C is more stable because it contains more hyperconjugations. So the overall order will be option A will be more stable because it contains 9 hyperconjugation. Then option C is more stable because it contains 6 hyperconjugations. Then option B is more stable. Okay, this is application of hyperconjugation, guys. Okay, so I'll discuss the last and final factor, which is inductive effect. How inductive effect will going to affect the carbocation stability, we are going to discuss. The last and final factor will be inductive effect. Inductive effect. Okay, in inductive effect again you have to look for plus I groups and minus I groups. Plus I groups will going to stabilize carbocation and minus I groups will going to destabilize. Plus I groups will going to stabilize carbocation, minus I groups will going to destabilize carbocation. Just you guys have to identify whether carbocation contains plus I groups and minus I groups. So for example, if we have tertiary butyl group, tertiary butyl, isopropyl, any alkyl group, okay, these all are plus I groups. Isopropyl, okay, and ethyl, methyl, deuterium, these all are plus I groups, guys. Okay, these compounds, these atoms or groups will going to increase the stability of carbocation. If suppose compound contains minus I groups, for example NO2 group, CN group, okay, and carbonyl carbon, and fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, and oxygen OH, and NH2, any group, any such a groups will going to decrease the stability of carbocation. Okay, so we will discuss one example and how we are going to approach the carbocation question on based upon inductive effect. For example, I have carbocation here, so it contains fluorine group here. Carbocation, it contains, for example, 2 fluorine groups. Carbocation contains no fluorine groups. Okay, so we'll discuss each and every case, option A, option B, and option C, and based on inductive effect, how we are going to explain the stability of carbocation. In case 1, you can see in option A, you can see there are 2 plus I methyl group is there, 2 methyl group is plus I group, this is also plus I group, but fluorine is a minus I group. Fluorine is always minus I group. Even though it contains lone pair of electrons, it's never going to show plus some effect, it always show minus I effect. So option A contains 2 plus I groups and 1 minus I group. Okay. In case of option B, you can see option B contains fluorine 2 times, minus I group, but 1 plus I group, methyl group is there, 1 plus I group. Option B contains 2 minus I groups and 1 plus I group. But in case of option C, it contains methyl groups, all are methyl groups, so it contains 3 plus I groups. I said more plus I groups, more will be the stability of carbocation. That means option C will be more stable, and option A contains 2 plus A groups, and option C B contains 1 plus A group. The order will be CAB. Order will be CAB. Okay, you discuss one more question on basis of one inductive effect. For example, we have considered carbocation here, directly connected to fluorine. It is connected to fluorine. Connected to fluorine. Okay, so option A contains, second question, this is second question, option A, option B and option C. Okay, option A, you can see in case of option A, the fluorine is directly connected, that means minus I group is directly connected to carbocation. In case of option B, between minus I group and carbocation there is a one carbon atom is there between. Okay, between carbocation and minus I group there is one carbon atom is there. But in case of option C, between minus I group and carbocation there are two carbon atoms are there. Okay, according to inductive effect, as long as carbocation is moving away from the minus I group, away from minus I group will going to increase the stability of carbocation, Clearly you can see option C, they say enough distance between minus I group and carbocation. That means option C is more stable. Then option B, then option A. Because in option A, the carbocation is directly connected to fluorine, which is minus I group. Minus I groups will go into destabilize carbocation. If carbocation is moving away from the minus I group, means its stability will go into increase. Okay, that's it guys. These are the factors you guys have to look for while discussing the stability of carbocation. Okay, let's see guys the final conclusion. The final conclusion, first you have to look for aromaticity. That means you will give a positive charge whether involved in aromatic ring current or anti-aromatic ring current. If it is involved in aromatic ring current, then it will be more stable. If it's involved in anti-aromatic ring current, it will be the least stable. If suppose both are absent, then you have to look for resonance. In case of resonance, again, first point you have to make sure that more resonance forms, more will be the stability. Okay, first point. If resonance forms are same, that means both contain same number of resonance forms, then you have to look for whether resonance contains plus some group or minus some group. If contains plus some group, it will go into stabilize carbocation, increase stability of carbocation. If contains minus some group, it will go into decrease stability of carbocation. Okay, the third factor, if suppose the plus some group or minus some group is not directly connected, then you have to go and check each and every resonance form in which the plus some group or minus some group directly connected to other carbocation or not. That's also very, very important guys. Okay, the third point, you have to look for hyperconjugation. Very simple, more alpha hydrogens, more will be the stability. And fourth point, again, even though you are not able to differentiate based on the hyperconjugation, then only you have to go for inductive effect. In inductive effect, very important point is, if carbocation contains more plus I groups, means stability will going to increase. If carbocation contains minus I group, means stability will going to decrease. These are the first major factors. 4 major factors you should try to apply while discussing the stability order question of carbocation case. Okay, let's discuss one classic example again to combine all these factors. Okay, So all four options are there. We have to decide which one is more stable, which one is less stable. Okay. The first case is very important. Option A is very important, guys. Carbocation next to cyclopropyl ring. Carbocation next to cyclopropyl ring is different cases. Let me explain. If carbocation directly connected to cyclopropyl ring, okay. So in generally the bond angle is supposed to be 109 degrees, but the cyclopropyl bond angle is 60 degrees only. As a result, the angle strain is increasing, and these electrons, these bonded electrons are very free. Okay, they're ready to move to, they're ready to delocalize towards carbocation. Okay, cyclopropyl ring, cyclopropyl ring stabilize carbocation. Remember guys, cyclopropyl effect is more dominant, is the most dominant. Okay, you have to consider the cyclopropyl ring effect over carbocation will be the most dominant effect over everything, over aromaticity, even though aromatic, if suppose our positive charge involved in aromatic nature, even though that will be dominated by cyclopropyl group. Okay, very important factor. That means option A, that means whenever the carbocation next to cyclopropyl ring will be the most stable carbocation. So obviously option A is the most stable one. Okay, so between option A, option B and option C and option D, you can see option B. First you have to check for cyclic ring current. First you have to check for aromatic factor. You can see that it is sp2 double bonded carbon. This is also sp2, this is also sp2. You can see there is nothing like sp3 carbon atom involved in the cyclic compound. So clearly it contains ring current. And second factor, I told you have to count number of pi electrons. Positive charge is there, it will going to contribute 0. 3 pi bonds is there, each pi bond will going to contribute 2 electrons. Total will be 6 pi electrons. 6 pi electrons is belongs to 4n plus 2 pi electron system. 4n plus 2 pi electron system means it is contains ring current as well as it contains 4n plus 2 pi electron system, means it is aromatic compound. Aromatic compounds are stable, but the cyclopropyl ring next to carbocation will go into stabilize carbocation more than aromatic system. Okay, see option C. Let us analyze option C. In option C again you can see the benzene ring is aromatic, but you can see the positive charge is not involved in the aromatic ring current. It is outside to aromatic ring current, but there is no, this positive is not involved, this positive charge is not involved. Okay, again there is, okay, that means the positive charge is not stabilized by aromatic ring current, but it undergoes resonance because the positive charge is directly connected to double bond. As a result, pi electron will go into shift like this, and one more resonance form. Okay, one more resonance form. So we can see almost 4. Okay, we can see almost we got 4 resonance forms. Okay, so that means benzyl carbocation is stable via resonance. Okay, option B is stabilized via aromatic ring current, but option C, benzene ring is there but carbocation is not involved in the aromatic ring current. Okay, very important point. So it is undergoes resonance only. That means benzyl carbocation is stabilized by resonance, not with aromatic ring current. But in case of option B, you can see carbocation is involved in cyclic ring current. So you can say the positive charge is stabilized by aromatic ring current. So option B is more stable over option C because we have to give more priority to aromatic ring current over resonance. So option A is more stable because it's connected to cyclopropyl ring. Between option B and option C, option B is more stable because option B is stabilized by aromatic ring current, and option C is stabilized by resonance only. In case of option D, you can see there is no aromatic current, there is no resonance either, but you can see there is hyperconjugation present. How many alpha hydrogens are there? 1, 2, 3. Each methyl group contains 3, 3, 3. Here also it will going to be 3. Total will be 9 alpha hydrogens. That means the option D is stabilized by 9 hyperconjugations. 9 hyperconjugations. But unfortunately, the hyperconjugation effect is less effective as compared to aromaticity and resonance, so we have to give least priority over among. That means option A is greater than option B, option B is greater than option C, and option C is greater than option D, because D is stabilized by hyperconjugation and C is stabilized by resonance. Resonance is more dominant effect over hyperconjugation. Okay, that's it guys. This is all about blueprint to solve carbocation problems guys. Hopefully you guys understood how to solve the problems. If you guys have any queries regarding to carbocation stability or any regarding to any organic chemistry, physical chemistry questions, you can text me in Instagram or you can send me through email ID also. So both Instagram ID, email ID I am going to provide in description. Thank you so much for watching guys. Please subscribe in V Academy.